Welcome to Wisdom of the World. Today's story is from Greece, and it is about perceptions and about the origin of seasons. It is called Demeter and Persephone, and it goes like this. In the beginning of time, there were no seasons. The rain always fell, the sun shined, the flowers blossomed, the fruits just fell ripe to the ground, and new shoots sprang up from the fertile soil. And tending to all this was Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, who looked after the flowers after the harvest and made sure everybody had to eat. She loved the earth, she loved people. And next to her, on the side, was always her daughter, Persephone, beautiful as a wildflower, and beloved by all and adored by her mother, Demeter. But there was another god who also had his eye on Persephone, and that was Hades, lord of the underworld. He had seen Persephone, and he wanted her as his wife. So he went up to Zeus, the king of the gods, to ask for permission. And to his delight, Zeus agreed and said, as long as you can snatch her away, then you can make her your wife. So Hades waited till one day Persephone was alone among a field of gold and corn. And the earth opened, and out came a black chariot with black and golden horses, and on it Hades. And he snatched her away as easy as you would snatch a flower, and took her down, 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 down in the underworld. And the earth closed up again, and all was dark. When Demeter, the mother, found out that her daughter was missing, she was inconsolable. She cried, and she went to look all over the world for her daughter. And the crops failed to grow, the flowers just drooped down, and the earth just became dust, and people were starving and dying. But Demeter didn't care. She didn't notice. And then finally, Helios, the sun god, said to her, Demeter, I saw what happened. Hades took your daughter to the underworld. And Demeter said, what? My daughter is in the land of the death? And she says, how could Zeus have had this happen, allow this to happen? And Helios said, well, yeah, Zeus knew all along. And so Demeter was furious and went up to Zeus, the king of the gods, on Mount Olympus in Greece, where he lived. And she says, how could you let this happen? And when Zeus looked down and looked at the withering earth and the people starving, he agreed something needed to be done. So he called Hermes, the winged messenger, and said, Hermes, bring Persephone down from the underworld. I command so, otherwise all is lost. Down in the underworld, Persephone missed the flowers, the sunlight, the warmth of the world above, but most of all, she missed her mother. But Hades was very kind and gentle with her. He stayed by her side, and he urged her little bit by little bit to eat a little bit, to be a bit happy. And finally, he said, try these pomegranate seeds, tiny little pomegranate seeds, remember? And he says, please eat some. They're like little pearls. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little seeds. Persephone popped into her mouth and she ate them. At that moment there was a sound of birds arriving, a rushing wind. And there was Hermes, the messenger. And Hades says, I have been expecting you. And Hermes says, Hades, you need to bring Persephone back to the world. Zeus commands so. And Hades says, yes, of course, I obey the commands of Zeus. But isn't there a law that people cannot leave the underground after they have eaten some there? And then Hermes says, yes, it is. And Persephone gasped, and Hades said, yes, my darling, you have just eaten pomegranate seeds. Hermes thought for a while. He needed to bring Persephone back, otherwise Zeus would never forgive him and the earth, the people, would suffer. But at the same time, he couldn't break a law that was as old as the beginning of time. So he said 6 seeds means 6 months. So 6 months of the year, Persephone will live down in the underworld as a queen with Hades. And the other 6 months of the year, she's allowed into the world and be together with her mother and tend to the crops and to the flowers. Persephone said, that is a fair plan. And so it came to be that for 6 months of the year, Persephone was the queen of the underworld, and her mother cried and wept, and as she wept, the leaves fell from the tree, and the crops started to wither, and a cold wind came in, and the rain fell as she was crying. But when Persephone returned every spring, then everything blossomed with Demeter's, her mother's joy. And then in the summer, the crops would ripen and people would eat and live good. And so it has been that the seasons came to be. Season year after year, cycle after cycle. Now, as a message, when I studied cultures, or cultural anthropology as it is called, where you study their customs, the habits, the behaviors, and also origin stories like this one, it always struck me how in all countries we're dealing with the same issues, and yet we understand them so differently. We see them so differently. We perceive them so differently. So everything is a perception. Everything is our perception. Thank you.